Greetings, we are in Unit 4, Module 1, Session 2. This home connection is called Number Riddles and Stories. It is a two-pager. Go ahead and put your name and number at the top. These number riddles in number 1 are pretty enjoyable. I think they're fun to look at, almost like a little puzzle. Just draw a line from the letter to the number that it's describing. Let's do 1 together. How about letter A? This is an even number, so that clue right there tells us that the last digit is going to have a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 in it, right? So this number here ends in a 2, there's an 8, there's a 2, can't be that one, that's 7 is odd, and 5 is odd. So these two aren't options, and this one's already taken, so it's going to be these bottom three. And it has a 6 in the hundreds place. So if I just get a little closer here for you. The hundreds place, where's that? That would be ones, tens, hundreds. So your third digit in is going to be your hundreds. How many of them have a 6 in the hundreds place? I have 1, I have 2. Well, only one of them hasn't been used yet. So we're going to say that A is 19,628. Boop. Done. And I'm going to let you do the rest of them on your own. D is very close to A. Okay. This is an addition problem. Okay. And then this is a subtraction problem. It's 1,000 less. Okay. Pause this video. Take some time to look at those. They want all of these written in words. What I'm going to do is the one that I think is just a little bit trickier. A lot of times we like to write an and in some of these, like right before we finish saying them. So I'm going to do letter B, which is what? 86 thousand. There's a comma, right? 105. A lot of times we like to say 86,105. I remember my math teacher, well, and actually my Spanish teacher. She was also an English teacher too. She would always be harping on us. Don't say and. Don't say and. I'll never forget it. Thanks, Mrs. Bond. Challenge question. Write an even number that has a 7 in the hundreds place, an odd number in the thousands place, and is a multiple of 10. Okay. Well, if we're going to think of this as in maybe we've got our ones, and then after that would be our tens. What would it be after that? Our hundreds, then our thousands. Okay, I guess I could write it out. Hundreds. Ooh, you can't see that very well. Let me adjust my paper here. I have thousands. Okay, so here's my number that I'm going to write. Okay, even number that has a 7 in the hundreds place. So ones, tens, hundreds. So we know we're going to need a 7 here. An odd number in the thousands place. So I could choose 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Let's do 3. Why not? That's odd. It doesn't tell us to do anything about the thousands place or the tens place, but it does say this number needs to be a multiple of 10. What does that mean? Well, any number that can be divided by 10, or that you can take 10 times a certain number would equal our new number. Okay? So, what does that mean? If you think multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, what's consistent about all of them? Right? And we can go on and on. What's consistent about all of them? They all end in a 0. And we know that anytime we have a number that ends in 0, it's also even. So you can put any number you want right there. and maybe I'll put a 6 because that sounds fun. Either way, the number that we know we can't change is the 7. This has to be odd. This has to be a 0, and this 10 can be whatever you want it to be. So that's not too bad. We have some number riddles and stories here. Zoom out so you can see the entire question. Okay. Felipe's family is driving to see his grandmother. Altogether, they have to drive 856 miles. If they had gone 269 miles so far, how much farther do they have to drive? So the whole trip, okay, to your destination is going to be 856 miles. So far, they've gone, well, I guess I can move this over, 269 miles. Okay, that's how far they've gone. They've gone this far. How much farther do they have to drive? So we're trying to figure out, maybe I'll put a red in here. We're trying to figure out how far is this length right here. We've already gone this far, so I need to take that away from this number. And I'm going to let you set up that subtraction problem. Well, no, actually, I'll set it up with you, but I'm going to ask you to finish it. I'd like you to see what the stack looks like. Okay, that's what your stack's going to look like. Make sure that you're going to have to borrow twice, so make sure that you're pretty diligent in how you write this down. Having a pencil might be handy. But yeah, once you subtract these, you will have your answer. Make sure you keep your unit in miles. In our classroom library, we had 326 books. We gave 38 books to the other 4th grade classroom, but our teacher got 97 more books in our classroom. How many books do we have in our classroom library now? So one way you could think of it is this would be like 0 books, right? And then in our whole library we have 326. We gave 38 away, minus 38. Okay, so that would be our new number. But our teacher got 97 more books, right? So that would be a plus 97. And sorry that my writing's a little clustered together, but hopefully that makes sense. We had 326. We gave 38 away. Then we received 97. So you see how we have a subtraction problem and an addition problem? So you're going to need to first do 326 minus 38. Whatever that answer is, you're then going to add 97 to it. Okay? So whatever this answer is here, you'll have to put up here. Okay? And I am going to let you do that on your own. Okay? Pause this video if you need to. It's really nice to make sure that your addition and subtraction skills are awesome, especially with triple-digit numbers. That's awesome. Awesome practice. Here's the challenge. Let's see what happens. At the school fair, students were guessing how many jelly beans were in a jar. Nick guessed there were 296 jelly beans. Caitlin guessed there were 435 jelly beans. Samira guessed a number that was 52 more than Nikki and Caitlin's put together. Wow. 52 more than Nikki and Caitlin's put together. So put together sounds like adding. So why don't we go ahead and take Nikki and Caitlin's, and you are going to add those together. And once you add that together, Samira guessed a number that was 52 more than that. So you're probably going to have to then add 52 to that number that you got right here. Okay? Once again, I know I'm not giving you a lot of support here as far as, well, I guess I'm giving you support, but maybe fewer answers, right? But it's very good practice. And you'll notice that in a lot of these problems, like your subtraction here, like the borrowing that you're going to have to do, such a good practice to set it up that way. Okay? If you have questions, make sure you ask a math wizard. Okay? Those people love to help with math. Check you later.